Guys, part two. My room is somewhat back to normal, not completely back to normal. Work in progress. Seems like all the housework is done and we can get back to normal, sort of. I have to still straighten my room, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I'll do that later. But I can get back to my stuff. Had to let the workers finish what they were doing. I'll tell you one thing. It doesn't matter what you know. Sometimes you're just not used to stuff. All of a sudden, we had like this water problem. It came out of nowhere. Cost a couple $1,000s. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. There's always something that you didn't think about that comes along. We do the best we can, and sooner or later we're going to get blindsided by something. I'm going to play for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get some lunch. I kind of had a late breakfast, so I'm going to have a late lunch as well. That's not that really makes sense, but it does to me. Alright, so where the hell did I do? Talk to Ben, talk to Chew, talk to who got lots to do. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm done here. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll redo this and I'll say the dark bomb. I don't know. I have to think about that. I would say I feel like I could have done the rescue Sid mission. I just messed up at the very end is all. I feel like I could have done that one. Although the fight with Ashley, maybe I'll say like I'm only allowed to use it so many times or I'll have to figure that one out. Now that's a limit break, for sure. The whole dark bomb thing, that's definitely a limit break. So if you treat it like a limit break and you can only use it so often, well, I suppose all three of them are limit breaks, aren't they? The fighting technique is a limit break, the bomb is a limit break, and then the spinning top of doom is also a limit break. I feel like the spinning top ability is even better than Dark Bomb. I think it's called Dark Blast. Because it has a more like an area of effect ability. I wonder just how much travel time there is in this game. I would be willing to bet approximately half, if not more. If I beat this game in 60 hours, then I bet there's at least 30 hours of travel time. You think that's about right? Oh no. I feel like that's right. Maybe not quite 30, but it's definitely up there. Like 20 maybe? 30 hours seems a little bit aggressive. Do you think it's about half? Put it this way, it's definitely a lot. I would say it's a minimum of 10 hours. You know, Korn is all like mad at me, but technically Vin is like on his side or whatever. And Vin is the one that let me do this. So why be mad at me? You should be mad at Vin for helping me. You know, he may be kind of a bad guy in this particular game, but there's certainly a lot of people who are helping him, including Kira, by the way. So I may be the bad guy, but there's a lot of people aiding and abetting me, and I believe that's a lesser penalty, but still. It's interesting that the guns are about the same. See what I mean? Like the game itself is exactly the same. Although I do believe that the robots are a little bit tougher. Even like doing this is absolutely like miserable. I wish I could do this in Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? He's helping me get into the palace. I guess maybe he doesn't know what I'm getting in there for, but I don't know. Put it this way, there's definitely more blame to go around than just Jack. Not to mention every single person in the revolution. Especially because in the third game, like the Baron was considered to be a hero or something. Not quite sure what they were getting at. I feel like they were definitely trying to spin the narrative a little bit though. Maybe not so much hero, but definitely. Well, actually, I don't know because if you listen to like the guards and stuff, they're like, I missed the old Baron and stuff like that, right? So like people feel like he was like dethroned, I think. And I don't think people are aware of like his crimes. So it looks like basically it looks like I'm the bad guy. Just in case, I'm gonna save it right before I go in this. 'Cause I can't believe I pulled that off last time. That was really crazy. You guys got to see that video. Let's see it right here. Um, but do I need to? I don't really need that one, do I? Okay. And this is the one I'm working on. There we go. That's a fast elevator. Could be mission sickness. I saved it right before the palace for one particular reason. I don't even know if Dark Bomb is going to work. I might need the other ability. Because in that case, I might have to farm a little bit more. So if that is the case, then I'll just farm a little bit more. Yeah, reset myself. Okay, so it totally works. Oh wow, I only needed to do it once. I was expecting to do it more or something. Need to transform. It's a little bit easier to control when it's not transformed. I didn't even know that, to be honest. That like makes this freaking easy. There's no other way for me to fight them, so. Oh, you need to get closer. There you go. That was stupid easy, actually. I thought I would have to like attack him more or something. There's no other way for me to fight him. I may have been able to punch him at that point, but I'm not sure. Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's designed in a way that you can't do that. Oh, speaking of Wes, the second time I fight him, oh no, I launched. Never mind. I launched grenades at him. But there's nothing I can do about that. It's programmed in the game. Technically, I'm not using guns. That's all I gotta say. I'm not using guns. I'm gonna have to be super technical about this. Technical is technical. You know what I mean? People always get mad when you say technical. Like, no, well, I mean, I said no guns. A grenade is not a gun. So, I don't know what you want me to say, but a grenade is not a gun. If I had to be an asshole about it, you're the one who's being weird, not me. I said no guns. You're the one being strange. Stop making up shit. For some reason, somehow they always make it seem like they're the ones being offended. Like, no, you're the one who's being offensive. People are not very good at knowing when they are wrong. And they always act as if they're the ones who are being wronged. Like, no, in this case, you're the one who's wrong there, buddy. I said no guns. No guns means no guns. Read the title. I was just trying to make it more interesting. The only rule for this mission is no guns. That's the only rule. I can do anything else. I'll try not to do the other things because it feels kind of cheap. But if I have to do something, then I have to do something. And if something is programmed in the game, then something is programmed in the game. So instead, like, use as little guns as possible. And I'm not going to use, but see, I'll tell you one thing. I'll definitely don't use any cheap things. I'm not going to use like the hoverboard glitch or anything like that. I'm not going to skip the game. So I'm definitely against anything like that. Have you ever guys watched my stream before or my videos? You guys know I'm not a fan of glitches. But in particular, I'm definitely not a fan of skips. That's just flat out stupid. I can make an argument where glitches are kind of interesting. At least it takes a lot of skill to do it. I will admit, like, yeah, they're not the easiest things to pull off. And you have to know a lot in order to pull it off. Kind of like Final Fantasy VII. Opening the vault is like really hard, and pretty much every single time I do it, I have to look it up because it's that tricky. And I don't think I could do it without looking it up. So there's always an exception. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun to use Dark Jack the entire time. Not sure if this works or not. It's easy enough to beat anyway. I guess one blast wasn't enough. Oh man, it's so much better to not have to go back and forth. That was definitely getting old fast. thing about this game is it was designed for you to use guns. You know what I mean? Put that shield down. But doing what I'm doing is kind of going against the game itself. How do I get back from this particular one? This one. Aha! There it is. I'm wondering where it was. That way. Oh! Oops. I don't know why, but that was harder than it was before. Oh, you know what? I think they have extra health points or something.
Need to go. I did it right. Oh, you could even argue that Tess, the blonde, is technically breaking the law because she's working with Gru. I always wondered how they justify undercover work. I guess some illegal activity in order to take down a bigger problem is acceptable or something like that. Not a fan of this decision. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop it right here and call it a day. Get myself some lunch and catch you all later. Thanks, guys.